Jimmy Ott and Charles Hanegraaff.
For some reason or another, you sound a little taller on radio.
Is it live? Is it live?
From Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road across from Rufino's. Welcome to the Monday edition of Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Charles Hanegraaff, Jimmy Ott. John Kinch is back in the studio. Troy Macker with us today. We're in a tournament week. Actually knee-deep in conference tournament basketball right now. The big boys going this week as the regular season comes to a close for the SEC over the weekend. College baseball over the weekend. Women's tournament, gymnastics, softball. Jimmy, I want to give you credit for something. First of all, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I want to give you credit for something. I talked to you. I think on Saturday night, there might have been Sunday morning. I said, just, you know what? It's been a rough weekend, okay? The LSU men closed out triple overtime loss. The LSU women, what seems like a carbon copy of every game they play with South Carolina. The softball team gets swept despite Tennessee not having a single pitch thrown by their ace. Gymnastics puts up their best score in, I think it was 2 years, but still lost because Florida had an unbelievable day. Actually, that kind of felt like a win for gymnastics yesterday. And then baseball loses a series to Sacramento State. You say, you know what, Hanny, in the interest of doing something positive, I'm going to go to tennis.
That's right. Right.
You were bound determined to find something positive, LSU, for the weekend. So you went to tennis yesterday.
Yeah.
They're in kind of a rarefied air for the men's and women's program right now.
My homeboy, Danny Bryan from the Aurora Country Club, man. You have great little tennis club back in the day. And, man, he's a veteran coach for Jeff Brown for a long time. And, man, they went on the road, and I talked to him after the match, and they swept Tennessee. And Tennessee's about like 55, 60, something, their national ranking. So they took care of them pretty easily, won the doubles point, and then the first three matches were over. So it's a 4-0 sweep. When they clinched, they just stopped the other matches, and move on. But they went to Texas a few days before and came down to the last court, and they won it, man. The number 2 player in the country last year. Sebastian Gorsny, a guy that I think he clinched for Texas, the win at TCU for them. But Olaf Pachowski, who was in line, thanking the fans coming off the facility yesterday. He's the number 1 player for LSU out of Poland. And
I thought he was from St. Martinville. Olaf.
Their roster is Belgium, France, Mallorca, where the island where
I summer there. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's all over. But I talked to Danny after, and he said, but it came down to it where they had him 5-3 in the third set, and the guy flipped it and kind of forced the guy to make some pressure, play some pressure points, and flipped it and came back and beat him to clinch it 4-3. It came down to his court, and just it's forever. I hadn't even been to the indoor courts before yesterday, and forever they were, the only program in the SEC, men and women, that didn't have an indoor facility. So if any recruits visited LSU and somewhere else, they went somewhere else because they had better facilities.
Yeah.
But it's really nice, man. They had a good crowd, and it's just it's free. You go in there, buy little concessions, and just it's high level stuff, man. And both, I said to Danny, I think he said maybe like 30 years. It's the best team they've had, best roster.
Nice.
So I think the men and women both in the top 5 for the first time ever.
That's awesome, and that big comeback from 5 straight games to win it. So hey,
yeah.
Don't tell us we're not positive. We can be positive. We went and found something positive. The rest of the weekend was a little bit rough. You were an LSU fan,
and when they talk about when they run down the list of sports that LSU is doing well, besides basketball, they don't really mention tennis a whole lot, and this is by far collectively. The women made a little bit of a move the last couple of years. and they were able to retain enough players where they're getting good. They're really good again, but just impressive, man. Really impressive. So happy for Danny and his entire team. But they're cordial, man. They're out there, meeting and greeting the fans as they walk off, just thanking them for coming and check them out. But it's worth it, man. So Fridays and Sundays, men or women are always playing in the middle of SEC schedule. So it's really good stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of season left. They don't go to the SEC tournament until the middle of April, so a lot of time left. All right.
They play Friday against Oklahoma, Sunday against Texas A&M. The men are at home both Friday and Sunday this week.
Yep, very good. The regular season in the SEC came to an end on Saturday. Look, I'm going to take all of the other stuff out of this. We'll do that when the season comes to an end on Thursday. If you want to, you can. But I'll say big picture for Thursday when this is all over. But just far as a competitive basketball game, it was a war of wills on Saturday at the PMAC in front of basically an 80% empty building for the most part. LSU and A&M went 3 overtimes, and every time you thought that there was one team might have an advantage, the other team would answer. These teams played a very close game back at the opening of the conference season that A&M won, and they end up just making one or two more shots in this game to end it. As you might expect out of a 3 overtime game, it was about as close as you can get. And, from a standpoint of just, hey, you want to watch competitive basketball, are they, still trying? Yes, you got all of that. Unfortunately, LSU came up on the short end again, and they lose by 3. And with South Carolina's win, that means that LSU finished last in the SEC. I'll give the players all the credit on Saturday. They played hard. We've said that a lot of times. They haven't always played hard in that building, okay? They've been blown out by some pretty bad teams. But Saturday, everything that they could do, I thought that they did. There's just a ceiling to what they can do, Jimmy. And I don't know what A&M is going to do in a tournament. Their schedule, what they've done in the last 3 weeks, there's been some good, but there's been some real flags on it too, to whether can Buckyball sustain
Saturday.
all the way? Yeah, absolutely. Can Buckyball sustain all the way through and make a run in the tournament? What do you think?
Oh no.
And when I say a run, I'm not talking about a run to the Final Four. I'm talking about
get to the second weekend.
Can you get to the second weekend?
No.
Yeah, I think probably not either.
No.
Although, for your first year, 21-10, 11-7 in the tournament.
No, it's been a massive success for them.
That's a very good. That's a very good start.
Yeah.
It's a kind of. That's what's possible in. And I understand A&M didn't fire their coach so much as he left for another job, but that's a reasonable record for year one for Bucky.
No doubt. I mean, Bucky, midway point, he's the SEC Coach of the Year. He's where am I trying to find a predicted order of finish, Charlie? Here it is.
Without looking, I'd say probably 10 or 11, maybe 12.
Oh, I would say that's a little high.
Well,
I would.
I know LSU and South Carolina were 15 and 16, so
this is
they would probably been predicted a little higher than.
Oh man,
a little bit higher than.
But I'm going to find it as I'm. But no, if we're talking about A&M, no, that's huge. Again, got the job late. Used the entire late portal, and put together a team that he kind of force-fed his style of play. Hit a wall mid-season in conference play, and they were not. It didn't. Teams were more aware of what to expect from their in their games against Texas A&M, or a combination of that they were that taxing style of play. And I'll compare it to, it's the football side of playing, this super high tempo and compromising your defensive front. And in a normal tempo of a football game, you got to rotate guys at defense. When you're playing hyper speed, that's all fine and dandy when you're on that side of the ball. But, and we talked about it at length about coaches coming in and they hypo, Malzahn, Kiffin, some others kind of downshifting that tempo once they got more deeper and deeper into the conference because it compromised, their during the games and also during the seasons, and guys were dropping like flies. I think it's a combination of the two. I think there was just too much to play that style of play the whole season, and it lost its effect. But no, he had to exceed, and I'm going to look it up. Who else in the SEC exceeded their conference record expectation? I think they were probably around 12, 13 as far as their prediction coming in. And, they were not given much of a chance to make the tournament. They made the tournament, and they pulled out, and they got a good resume. But as far as being a threat, bracketology has them, 8-9 right now? And so you get a flip of the coin one game, you can go play a number one seed in the second game. That's not going to be good, even if they survive that. So they're a one-win max type of team, but hell, getting to the tournament, it's a hell of an accomplishment for year one in College Station.
Yeah. The preseason order of finish, Texas A&M was predicted to finish 13th.
There you go.
13th.
And where did they finish?
Let's see. They finished tied for fourth.
Yeah.
Three-way tie for fourth.
I mean, who else? Who had a bigger jump? And a lot of times coaching, he's going to get some votes. He's not going to get it. I don't know how you don't give it to Golden.
Yeah.
I mean,
16-2. You won the game, but you won the league by 3 games. Georgia was predicted to finish 14th, and ended up finishing in 5th.
Okay.
So they exceeded expectations.
Yeah, there you go. That's equal.
Vanderbilt was predicted to finish 11th and finish in that 3-way tie for 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those would be the big the ones that fell probably the most. Ole Miss was predicted to finish 8th, and finished in a tie for 13th.
Yeah,
they were probably the biggest underachiever.
Guess what? 5 spots. I think it's a greater disappointment than that for Ole Miss. There's not a more disappointing team, as far as what we expected.
Yeah, I agree. Especially if they had gone out and played their normal style and lost a bunch of close games. Beard hangs his hat on his defensive prowess, and that wasn't there.
So you get money, okay, but you have to spend that money in the right way.
Yeah.
And A.J. Storr was not what the team thought they were getting, and this is back-to-back years. Self sort of not so quietly said, man, we missed on him last year. And, well, Chris Beard did too. I mean, it was hey, they were. I couldn't believe that was a Chris Beard coach team at times this year.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
That is something that you expect out of his, and multiple stops too. He didn't just have that one team at Texas Tech. He had multiple teams.
So Florida was favored to win it,
Yeah.
the league, but man, the way they just demolished Charlie the competition in the league, it just seems like I don't know how you don't give it to him.
No argument from me.
Where was Auburn predicted?
Auburn was predicted to finish 6th.
Okay.
Now, remember that these predictions came out, 2 weeks after they changed coaches, after Pearl?
Yeah, but they knew.
But they knew. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They did. I don't know how much time they had to digest it, but, yeah, they knew. I think that, what's so impressive about Florida, in addition to how they're playing right now, you and I sat there and watched them on Saturday, and it's just like even when they lapsed and let Kentucky within
they kind of took their foot off the gas.
They've just been crushing people. And what did he do off national championship hangover, right? That's real. We'll talk a little bit about that later when we get to baseball. But he went out and scheduled Arizona, Duke, UConn, all of them away from home. Lost them all.
Yeah.
All of them close, and it was easy after. I think they were 6-3 after 9 games or something like that. 5-3 after 8 games.
4-5, I think it was or 5-4.
It wasn't an impressive record, and it's like, wait, hang on, look who they lost to. They lost to 3 out of the top 5 or 6 teams in the country. They also lost a game to TCU that was close in one of those tournaments out in California. You use that as a learning experience, okay? You lost, okay, but you could learn something in a loss. What did they learn? They lost those 3 games to the 3 of the top 5 teams in the country by a combined, I think it was 10 points total, 10 or 11 points. And, one of those games was at Cameron Indoor.
Well, I got that one right when we were talking about where Vanderbilt was like top 5 in the metrics and Florida wasn't even ranked. I'm like,
Yeah.
No. It's just they're still the best team, and to me, it's this is nothing new for a basketball coach to for a really strong program to do. That's what you do. That's what Izzo's always done. That's what Kentucky's done with multiple coaches forever. Kansas, I mean Duke as well. I mean you go out and schedule very, very tough, and I've always thought that the more challenging schedule. It's not football where you're gonna have a slew of injuries. It's not the same type of sport. So, and then you throw in these neutral site games where they're sort of player budget builders, and so no, I never understood why you would play such a soft non-conference schedule in basketball when challenging when you coast through it. And we talked about this with Mulkey. I just don't understand how they're getting any better beating teams by 60 points. I just don't see that. I don't care what you're doing in life. If you're not challenged, how are you getting better if you're not pushed? And so they were – and the loss at Duke was brutal. I mean, they got a 2-point lead with under 10 seconds to go, and Duke hits a 3. I mean – that's a tough one with about 2 seconds to go. So it came down to that. I mean, think about that. Duke is the number 1 overall seed at their place, and it was a flip of the coin, a tough beat for them. So Golden's got that part down, man. He's got that part down, and he was able to sustain some success. And after such a young coach, and what's funny is the things that like, man, he's barking at the other fans. He's barking at Calipari. I mean, kind of got a little piss and vinegar to him, like, hey, man, just, act like you've been there a little bit. But you know what? That fan base has a history of embracing that type of style, huh? Huh, Mr. Spurrier?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
Does that fan base is a little bit less collegiate than most at times, the Jort people, that'll key your car if they see opposing colors in the parking lot and stuff like that.
Less collegiate. That's an interesting moniker. Less collegiate.
Pour beer over the post-game show for the visitors. I mean, it's just a little less collegiate than most.
Less collegiate.
And so, they got a little trash to them, and they embrace it. So, hey, how bad did they love Spurrier? They all the fans acted like they were Steve Spurrier back in the day. Did they not?
Yes.
Did they not?
When you can peacock, okay, Florida can peacock with the best of Kentucky basketball when they were rolling. LSU baseball, when they're rolling, those fans peacock pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they got
but at least we'll feed you.
Yes.
We'll give you something to drink.
We'll hand you the beer instead of pour the beer.
Yes, that's a very good point. We're over here at Chris's Specialty Foods. Come on by and see us, man. And it's great stuff over here. I love to get you get the chickens, like the deboned stuffed chickens with the crawfish and rice, the shrimp and rice, stuff like that. Pork, man. I got some jalapeno cream cheese stuffed, boneless, skinless chicken thighs, bacon wrapped. I throw on the grill. You talk about good, man. So when I get my green egg on, I'll make a run over here. Seafood, the different sides, the beef, seasonal stuff, wild game. We got it all for you. And we got all the roux mixes over here, different sauces and stuff like that. But we're also open for lunch, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., Monday through Friday. So Chef has always got some inspired different specials that he's throwing out, different burgers and seafood specials, lobster roll, a crawfish roll, and different types of sandwiches as well. So, man, you need to load up. And the great thing is everything comes with the easiest heating instructions. A lot of it is take it out the package and put it in the oven, 350 for about 30 minutes, and it's done. Like the green bean casserole, the cabbage with the bits of pork in it, outstanding stuff. So they do all the season, all the prep for you. All you have to do is take it and heat it at home. So for the grill, for the oven, you name it, man, especially for when you have out-of-town guests to kind of give them a little taste of South Louisiana delicacies. It's over here at Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road, right across from Rufino's.
Live at Chris's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Baton Rouge, get ready for a fiesta of flavor. Whether you're craving sizzling fajitas, cheesy enchiladas, or the best margaritas in town, Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill have you covered. Bring the family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. From fresh guacamole to mouth-watering tacos that hit just right, it's not just a dinner, it's a celebration. So why wait? Tonight, make it Las Palmas or make it Rio Cantina, two local favorites serving up authentic Mexican taste right here in Baton Rouge. Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill, where every night's a fiesta.
At Town Square Pizza, we take pride in serving Baton Rouge with fresh, delicious, piping hot, personalized pizza with unmatched speed. Whether you're a downtown worker, a family looking for convenience and value, or an out-of-towner staying at one of the nearby hotels, Town Square Pizza is the spot for you. Try a specialty pizza like the Spanish Town Supreme or custom build your own. Family packs, kids' meals, and salads are available as well. It's hip to be square at Town Square Pizza, downtown facing. What else? Town Square.
Go Automotive has a great selection of new cars: Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Using our resources, we'll help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner, service the vehicle, and return it when it's done. Mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. That's Go Automotive in LaPlace and Plaquemine.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
If you're near the north side of campus, I need to remind you about a couple of longtime favorites. Highland Coffee's the original specialty coffee shop in Baton Rouge since the 1980s. My personal favorite, love getting my cappuccino from their friendly, knowledgeable staff, roasted right in the shop. Louis Cafe for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. The Mitchell omelet, Cajun hash browns, Big Cheesy Lou, all served up in that famous open kitchen atmosphere. In Tigertown since 1941. A couple of great spots, Highland Coffee's and Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana, Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit als.org to learn more. That's als.org.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
And return here. Remember, the show is available on demand, 1045ESPN.com, LouisianaSports.net. We'll be dropping a new baseball handicast later this afternoon. It's all brought to you by Supreme Rice and SupremeRice.com. Celebrating their 90th year in business here in 2026. Go to SupremeRice.com. SEC basketball tournament starts on Wednesday. LSU in the leadoff spot with the 16 seed against Kentucky. And Bubblicious on the SEC tournament, Jimmy. Right now, Lenardi has Missouri and Texas in his last 4 byes.
Okay.
Auburn as the last team in right now. And the recently resurgent Oklahoma Sooners as one of the next 4 out. They got some work to do, but at least they've got an outside chance if they get into the weekend. Be tough. They probably get to get to the finals and lose.
Yeah, I mean,
but
God,
Missouri,
that's
Texas,
how soft the bubble is, man.
Yeah, NC State in the last 4 byes. Will Wade and company have lost 6 out of 7.
Yep.
SMU, one of the last 4 ins. LSU's best non-conference win by far.
SMU and NC State are free falling, man.
They are. We were talking before the show about how soft the bubble is, and one of the things I threw out there is with, again, the landscape of college basketball, there are fewer mid-majors in this at-large conversation than we have seen in a lot of years past, where you've got a St. Louis and a Utah State and a Santa Clara, but in previous years, Jimmy, we might get double that number. You might get 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So that's I don't think that's everything, but it's at least part of it.
VCU is in A10. We're going to include them as well. To go Mountain West Conference. I mean, they've had as much as 6 teams in for the tournament. I hadn't gone through this and counted the Mountain West Conference teams, but it's down. You've got Utah State. It's who else is in there? I mean, New Mexico is out. Does he have New Mexico in?
One of the first 4 out.
First 4 out.
Yeah.
I mean, like Colorado State was a shot away from going to Sweet 16 last year. The coach jumped to Minnesota this year. They've been hot again, actually, down the stretch and kind of doing some damage with a lot of the other. San Diego State is a team that is where they got to be on the bubble, huh, Charlie? San Diego State is.
They are one of the next
4 out.
Right next to Oklahoma.
Yeah, the next 4 out. So, I mean, there you go, man. I mean, one team projected for the Mountain West Conference. That one right there alone. So, whereas Dayton, I don't think Dayton is in here, but St. Louis. So the A10, but you got VCU. It's just, yes, like St. Joseph's has been in there out of the A10 sometimes. So, and then you have a team that was beat on a buzzer beater last night or yesterday afternoon, Navy. Won the Patriot League, and they get knocked out, so they're done. And so they, it's just kind of one of those. The mid-majors are being poached. It's not as strong. But the mid-major highlight of the weekend was Friday night. It was an unbelievable atmosphere for a game in Athens, Ohio, where a little in-state MAC rivalry. I can't remember. I've never watched a MAC game and been entertained like that. And no matter where you sit on the side of Miami, Ohio, getting in or not, I can listen to both sides because the biggest thing is I don't care where you are. You go undefeated in the regular season, no matter what it is, no matter how damaged the mid-major conference is, you deserve to be in. But we absolutely destroy coaches for scheduling non-conference the way they did. You can't find these places on a map. Some of these, it's where let's play the game. Where's this school located? You have no idea. It is pitiful. But they do know how it's kind of what is at stake. Can they afford 1 loss in a conference tournament and get an at-large bid? 2 losses, then you really, I think it's pushing it. And their coach, he got a little something with him too. I mean, he's bashing my boy DJ Chuck's, DJ gear, his turntable, his mixers on the road there, and I mean, he's letting his players flip the bird at the fans.
Yeah, that's when you go from
that's a
scrappy
reflection
underdog
of
that everybody's rooting for to you're being a
this
jerk
ain't no
now.
warm and cuddly type of behavior, man.
No,
but they just increased on their record. They had the most one possession wins. They increased that to 8 now. So they have had so many tight games, and no matter what, I don't care what it is, even if it's close, it's not close. Put them in because guess what? You got a little build up. You got a little, we've been watching this little mid-major a little bit more than most, huh?
Yeah. We absolutely have. Something else as we watch conference tournaments is the number of different formats, and you get different thoughts about this. Do you want to protect your regular season champions, or do you want to make it a wide open field? Well, the Sun Belt is one of the more interesting formats out there because they made it to where the bottom seeds had to play for an entire week, and the regular season leader, Troy, only had to play one game to get to the finals. Tonight, Georgia Southern will be playing for the 6th straight day in the finale against Troy. It's one short of the maximum amount of games that they would have had to play. 6 games in 6 days, Jimmy. I mean, this is the kind of stuff we usually talk about in baseball, right? When you got to play. I remember when LSU had to go through that stretch in 23 where I think they played 6 days in a row or something.
Well, you just can't throw some kids' arms.
Yeah, you run out of pitching. But this is basketball.
But
6 games in 6 days.
That is you're getting fatigued, and I mean to play 4 games in a row is a lot. 6 is obnoxious.
Yeah.
And look, like last night's game with Georgia Southern. It was close. Did it go overtime too?
I
think it did.
Might have.
I mean, so they were only 3.5-point dogs.
No, they won by 4, but it was in regulation.
Okay, maybe the Furman game went overtime. These mid-major games kind of running together right now. I mean, just. I don't know, man.
Your situational handicapper. Troy's a 6.5-point favorite tonight against a team playing their 6th game in 6 days. Hot or tired?
Both.
Yeah.
Both. First half, Georgia Southern. In game, Troy.
Yeah, at some point you do finally run out of.
Don't forget our friends at Legacy Title, Chad Reynolds Legacy Title for all of you real estate closings. 296-0060, full service title company servicing all of South Louisiana. Our great team at Legacy Title: Ashley Donald, Adrian Galata, Michael Platt, Michael Haynes, Natalie and Bradford Smith. Buying, building, refinancing. Nobody choose but you. Choose Chad Reynolds at Legacy Title. 296-0060.
Live at Chris's Specialty Foods. Live at lunch. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch. The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. They're an authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummings generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111, and ocbrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance and Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt.
Sammy's Grill on Highland Road since 1988. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games in a casual atmosphere with the friendliest service. Right now, we're boiling crawfish 7 days a week, Monday through Friday. First batch comes out at 5 p.m., weekends at noon. Sammy serves a wide mix of authentic Louisiana food prepared to order with the best ingredients available. Fresh Louisiana seafood, Cajun favorites, burgers, and po' boys, all built from scratch. Our kids' menu and popular appetizers are sure to please the pickiest of eaters. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road near Starring since 1988. Now, everybody's been to Louis Cafe by campus. Heck, it's been around since over 80 years now. We're still doing delicious omelets like the Mitchell, cheesy grits, Big Cheesy Lou, and those Louis Original Cajun hash browns. We now offer a pickup window. Just call in your order at 346-8221. Give us 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll have it ready for you. Our hours are now 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., 7 days a week. So next time you visit campus, make it a point to stop by and visit an old friend. Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors, your full-service financial planners. When it comes to retirement, there are no two situations alike. So Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you, your business partners, your legal team, and tax professionals to make sure those goals are achieved. Coastal Capital Advisors will work for you. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his great staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Edge Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana, Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit als.org to learn more. That's als.org.
Click through the static and listen to 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge in high definition. Simply tune to 98.1 and select to HD2. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road. Jimmy, Charlie, and Troy. Three best buddies sitting around talking sports bets. Let's welcome in Troy Macker from Bet Rivers.
And return here at Chris's Specialty Food on Highland Road across from Rufino's.
Troy, did you watch the Miami-Ohio game on Friday night?
Yes, I did.
Wasn't it fun?
Every minute of it, but every minute of the second half.
I mean, it just what you think?
I mean, they're not making it easy on themselves, but, you know, the pressure is unlike anything we've seen. And obviously, you know, as we mentioned on Friday, they hadn't won in Athens, Ohio in like 14 years or something.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great rivalry in the MAC. They've been playing nothing but close games recently. But, you know, winning is a learned trait and a learned behavior, and they're winning better than anyone. So, you know, I even loved what happened after the game with the little fisticuffs and the, you know, flipping the bird at the fans. There's no love lost there. So, you know, this is great news for Miami because everyone's talking about it. Like, people were talking about Miami before, but they are the team of the week, the team of the month, and that's a great thing. So I like to think that they're in the tournament, even if they lose in the MAC tournament. But there will be a team every single person in March Madness will be focusing on.
Maybe it's a generation gap. Not too fond of my players flipping the bird at opposing stands. That's not the first time a team has been shouted from the fans. So maybe some rude things. How you handle it and you acknowledge it, to me, is a reflection of your coach, which I think he's kind of, you know, bashing the turntable and the mixing equipment for DJ Chuck on the road. Now his team is flipping off the bird. The warm and cuddly Cinderella. He's trying to ruin it for us. So no, I don't have any tolerance for that. No, I'm not a team. I'm the coach and not flipping the bird off the opposing stands. No, not listening, not acknowledging it. As soon as you acknowledge it, you're on there because you're not focused.
I would prefer. I have no problem with like waving goodbye to the road fans. I think it's because they're going to turn into villains, and I think they don't want to. They just want to be respected. But because everyone has been questioning, their strength of schedule, and if they lose a single game, that they're kind kind of getting backed into a corner and they're coming out swinging because that's the type of guy that Travis Steele is. If they're not careful, they're not going to be darlings. They're going to be villains, and people are going to want to see them lose.
Have you checked out their non-conference schedule?
I'm looking for it, but I can't find it because it's very...
Yeah, it's obscure. It's look, man. It's. I can see both sides. Look, and I'll also, transparency here is we want to see them in. I mean, who doesn't want? I mean, they're good stuff. I mean, no team ever has gone undefeated through the MAC. Now, the MAC is not as strong as it used to be, and I don't know how strong it ever was. But if you're doing something historical, I'm sorry. I mean, you, and listen, how many of those games are competitive? How many? I mean, to be on the right side of 8 one-possession games, to be 8-0, you're living a charmed life too, and also you, like you said, your culture, you're clutch too. So clutch and lucky. I mean, we can depend on, but it's both. It's both, and no, man, it's a great story. We want. I don't know anybody that doesn't want to see them in there, but the non-conference schedule is hard to defend. So, and but I mean, especially this year, Troy, the mid-majors. I mean, Mountain West Conference has had 6 teams before. They might have 1 or 2 this year. The Atlantic 10 is not quite as strong. Good thing we have St. Louis. I mean, just the bubble is super. Well, we have Utah State. We have, St. Louis. Who's the other one, Charlie?
Santa Clara.
Santa Clara, maybe. I mean, they avoided a bad loss against Pacific last night. They're probably going to get in. But, I mean, damn it. I mean, LSU finished dead last in the SEC and had them in the also considered range as far as bracketology not too long ago. What, a week or 2 ago. So, I mean, they're in. I think they deserve to be in, but give us a little bit more, Porter, Moser, and Sister Jean. And can you see Sister Jean busting up and flipping off the opposing fans and busting up the turntables? Come on, Troy.
Unlike football and college football, where as the season goes, if an undefeated team loses, they kind of slide to the back of the pack and everyone shifts up, and that's what makes the teams able to get back in the race if they lose early enough. And I've been seeing some discourse where all these bubble teams lost the weekend, so that means the Belmonts and the Navies of the world shift up. No, that's not how it works here, unfortunately, just because of, the quad ones and things. So they're really, some of these number 1 seeds that are losing in conference tournaments, every single bubble team could lose multiple games, and there's nothing they can do. So, you're looking at New Mexico maybe as a sniff at it, and Santa Clara especially. And it's unfortunate, and that's why I always say, I think, you need to value the regular season and give your top seeds the best chance possible to win a conference tournament. Now, I maybe that's not putting them directly in the finals. And if you lose in the semifinals, Navy, has the second longest winning streak in the country, lost 1 league game, and they lose at home in the semifinals on a half-court buzzer beater. Them's the breaks, unfortunately. But I don't want to see a number 1 seed in a mid-major tournament playing in a quarterfinal against the 9 seed. I think we can do some service here and put them straight to the semifinals. And if you lose, you lose. That's sport.
And that's the one way to maintain the revenue, because that's easy, Troy, for you to say when the commissioner is trying to, hey, we need that revenue that we get from ESPN to televise. It's easy to spend other people's money, but that's the one thing. And so you see a result of it like tonight, where Georgia Southern is okay. They're protecting their higher seeds. They're playing their 6th straight game in 6 days in the Sun Belt final tonight.
I love that, though. I've been standing for all the number 1 seeds. I want to protect them in the mid-majors, but at the same time, I'm loving Georgia Southern. 6 games in 6 days, that's never been done. You think NC State, when they won the ACC, they did 5 games in 5 days. Kemba Walker at UConn did 5 games in 5 days. 6 games in 6 days, if a 10 seed is going to win a tournament, that's how it should be done, and we should all be rooting for that. Because if you look at the bracket, it's a gauntlet. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. But that's how it should be done. I think maybe not to the extreme of the Sun Belt, but I think the West Coast Conference has gotten it right. They've been doing it for a few years now, where it's a gauntlet, and the 1 and 2 seeds, basically Gonzaga and St. Mary's year in year out, only have to win 2 games, the semifinal and the final, and that's the way it should be done, I think.
Troy, what do you
wait. Here's their leading scorers played 39 minutes, 34 minutes, 35 minutes, 33, 37. Spud Webb. That's his name.
Is
Spud
it really?
Webb. Yep. 6'4", senior guard. Yep. Spud Webb.
Is that his? Had to be his
I-
grandson, right? I mean, trying to.
I don't know if he's related.
Right.
No
relation.
there's no doubt. I mean, Spud hooked up with a taller woman. I mean, maybe one of the, NC State women's player.
I
back
think
in the
that's
day?
just some family with the last name Webb decided to have some fun with their kid, like the Vanderbilt family that named Chandler Bing. Where are you at on Auburn, Troy? Because we're looking at them. We want to reward great scheduling, and they did, but you got to win some games too. And in the last almost 2 months now, 10 games, their wins are against Kentucky on a tip-in and last place LSU at home. They've lost the other 8. They're the last team in, according to Lenardi. Where are you at? And they get Mississippi State on Wednesday, the first game of the SEC tournament, which they should win, although we don't know. Where you stand on the Tigers?
I'm out on them. I mean, they've been dreadful since the beginning of February. Certainly, the SEC is a murderer's row. You look at the records of a lot of these teams that are pretty decent to good, and they're 2-3 games above 500 because it's just so hard. I'm out. I'll be honest. I don't think Stephen Pearl is like a world-class coach. I certainly don't think he gets the job if his last name isn't Pearl. Their non-conference is very good, but even a lot of the teams they played, Purdue, a loss when they were number 6. They played Arizona, lost by 21 or something. They beat St. John's, sure. They lost by 30 to Michigan. Played Oregon, that doesn't really matter anymore. But they played people. But at some point the losses do matter, and recency does matter as well. So I'm out on them. I think they've been kind of the team that everyone is pointing at and is going to blame if they make it. For mid-majors not making it, but they're just losing so much. They got 2 wins since the last day in January. That's no good. I mean, they'd have to win 3 games in the tournament, I think, at least. And if they make a final, sure. But if they lose their first-round game in the SEC tournament, I don't want to see them in March Madness.
Troy, there's so many of these games on college basketball, but the lines are baked so tight. I mean, we're seeing the movement. So on Friday afternoon when they come out to Saturday, if you're getting the right number, it really is helping your bottom line. But also something in the industry was kind of taken away from some of the gamblers, and that is buying that from a half a point to a whole point. Just buying that half a point. Pretty much everywhere, that is non-existent more, and that's something relatively new. Any reason why? Besides, it became a little too popular for some of the players, experienced players.
I think so. I don't have a definite answer, but I've noticed that the prices in college basketball have gotten really, really short in terms of especially live money lines. There's no value. You want to buy a point back, it's a steeper price than it ever was before. I think college sports, there's been a lot of curtailing in terms of options, offers, and even just pricing because of, some of the improprieties. In the limited states, we have player props. You can't bet on unders, only overs for options.
Yeah.
So I think there's just been a big adjustment and kind of reduction in how aggressive books are when it comes to college basketball because of the nature of some of the players on the take or whatnot.
6'4" graduate transfer guard Spud Webb with 2 D's. Okay, is in no relation to the original Spud Webb, the smaller with 1 D. Bigger Spud, 2 D's.
More D's, yeah.
Little Spud, original Spud, 1 D. So he's a Sun Belt Player of the Year. I'm sorry. It's a Sun Belt Player of the Week. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Some Player of the Week.
It's a good week to do
straight.
that.
Yeah. So he was he had earned all conference honors. So his sixth game in six, he's going to play basically 200 minutes in his tournament. So
to be young again.
Hey, load management. Maybe we can do a load management endorsement. Follow Troy on Twitter at Troy Macker. That's MACHIR. It will be in the middle of championship week this week and on Friday, Troy, when we talk to you. Thank you, Troy. We'll talk to you then.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
We're over here at Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road, right across from Rufino's, and you're going out to the St. Patrick's Day festivities, ending up at Uncle Earl's with their big bash there. Look for the Chris's Specialty Foods food truck. Ribeye sliders, wings, cracklings available. So we'll be over there. And then the following Saturday, we'll be at Louisiana Derby down at the fairgrounds. So if you're heading out for all the festivities, what's the weather supposed to be like, Charlie? Might be a little dicey. Not sure.
Supposed to be better.
Oh, well,
Than the monsoon.
There was a handful of cars right outside of walk-ons of Burbank
yeah.
yesterday. St. Patrick's Day, check out the Uncle Earl's, the Chris's Specialty Foods food truck out there at Uncle Earl's this Saturday.
Live at Chris's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
The Pierre Part Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. They can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Parts. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at thibodeaustore.com.
Attention vehicle owners. Before you trade your transportation, let K&M Automotive give your vehicle a new lease on life with a remanufactured product from Jasper Engines and Transmissions. A Jasper remanufactured engine, transmission, or differential will extend your vehicle's life, giving you the extra cash to do the things you really enjoy. And Jasper offers a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide parts and labor warranty. K&M Automotive, 636-2875. That's K&M Automotive, Segan near Perkins. Workbox can handle all of your movable storage needs, commercial and residential. Our shipping containers come in various sizes, 8x8, 8x10, 8x20, or even 8x40 feet. Not just one size. These units can be customized for any use. Custom lunchrooms, offices, work sites for plumbers or welders, dual purpose, part office, part storage, climate control, shelving, lighting, using different materials, whatever you need. Give my buddy Martin Padial at Workbox a call at 343-4886, 343-4886, and workboxllc.com.
Have you been arrested or even issued a traffic ticket? Everyone makes mistakes. Hi, I'm Dana Brown from the law offices of O.C. Brown. If you find yourself in an unfortunate situation with the law, call us today and we can help you resolve your problem, whether it's just a traffic matter or something more serious. No criminal matter is too big or too small for us to aggressively and effectively represent you. Before making any decisions, call us at 225-343-1111 for your free consultation. You can also visit us at ocbrown.com. The law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime.
By now, you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crown Town Room at Dozy Place. The Crown Town Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with a sriracha glaze. For the perfect blend of sweet and spicy, you can't go wrong also with the flash fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, filet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Dozy Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana, Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit als.org to learn more. That's als.org.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
NFL free agency cranking up today with the tampering period. Ed Ingram going back to the Texans. That was a guy on the Saints' radar as an offensive guard. Alec Pierce, top wide receiver on the market, is returning to the Colts on a $116 million deal. And Malik Willis is on his way to Miami. The Green Bay quarterback signed a 3-year deal, $67.5 million, $45 million of a guarantee. The Dolphins released Tua Tagovailoa this morning. Dead cap hit of just under $100 million, but the Dolphins already have inked his replacement with Malik Willis. More news on that, plus LSU baseball when we come back at Chris's Specialty Foods, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
Caesars Sportsbook is the only sportsbook app with Caesars Rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code Radio250BM, Radio250BM, and get your first bet matched as a bonus bet up to $250 whether you win or lose. Open to new users in Louisiana, age 21 or older. Licensed through Horseshoe Bossier City and Caesars New Orleans. Minimum odds minus 500. Or is non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires 14 days after receipt. Bonus bet amount not returned for winning bets. Void where prohibited. See Caesars.com/promos or full deterrent. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors, your full-service financial planners. When it comes to retirement, there are no two situations alike. So Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you, your business partners, your legal team, and tax professionals to make sure those goals are achieved. Coastal Capital Advisors will work for you. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his great staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Edge Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
Go Automotive has a great selection of new cars. Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Using our resources, we'll help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner, service the vehicle, and return it when it's done. Mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. That's Go Automotive in LaPlace and Plaquemine.
When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Ruffino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Ruffino's is a steak, seafood, and Italian-inspired restaurant that focuses on the celebration of life, regardless of the occasion. Whether it's the food they serve or the service they provide, their goal is to ensure a remarkable experience for their guests that is always remembered. To view our menu, visit ruffinosrestaurant.com. Ruffino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. They're an authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummings generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Swing Easy Golf Club, Baton Rouge's modern-day country club. Practice like a pro, play world-famous courses, and relax with a cold beer or a glass of wine after the round. Memberships are limited. Visit Swing Easy Golf Club at Perkins and Segan or online at swingeasygcbr.com.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference. All in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
And we return here at Chris's Live at Lunch. Speaking of live at lunch, what's for lunch today?
Charlie, you get you do the small plates like the loaded baked potato, steak fries, the crawfish queso, or the boudin cakes. Always a great crowd over here for lunch Monday through Friday at Chris's Specialty Foods. You do the soups, different soups like you can do a gumbo, or they can do it like shrimp and corn. Your choice of baked potato, chicken, sausage gumbo, crawfish and corn, shrimp and corn. So you can do that. The blackened chicken Caesar salad. How about the ribeye wrap with peppers and onions? They do the you had the blackened chicken sandwich, chicken salad sandwich last time. Po' boys, you can do shrimp, catfish, ribeye, the lobster rolls, the crawfish rolls, or you could just do a catfish platter, shrimp and catfish combo. They got a bunch of different things that are available over here at Chris's Specialty Foods.
LSU baseball over the weekend. So there was some concern going into the weekend about how they had played in the previous week and a half. Lost to McNeese, 3 uninspired offensive performances against Northeastern and Dartmouth, and then a loss where kind of everything collapsed on Monday. Then they went to Lafayette in the middle of the week and got a whopping 7 hits and 2 runs against the Cajuns and lost that game. So this was one of those deals the last weekend of the regular season prior to conference where you had, I'm sorry, a bad team come in, Sacramento State. They were 3-9.
Oh, gosh.
They had played St. Joseph's and picked up a couple of wins. 3 wins. They played UC Irvine and Cal. They were 3-9, okay? And Friday night, LSU unloaded on them. Exactly what you would expect against a team that is 3-9. LSU run-ruled them. Case and Evans was perfect through 5 innings. LSU won the game in a mercy rule 15-4. And it's like, okay, we're going to get 3 like this weekend, and then we'll see what's what. They got a game against Creighton on Tuesday night, and then they'll go to Vandy. We'll see if they've righted the ship. And nothing could be further from what happened in the last 2 days. I'll be honest with you. Up until Saturday, I was like, well, this hasn't been the purest transition. There's a little bit maybe championship hang. We're going to go through some of the things so far, transfers underperforming, guys having to step up that, haven't exactly embraced their roles yet. Okay, they're going to go ahead and rout Sacramento State these last 2 days and get everybody feeling good about themselves. And, boy, did anything but that happen. They moved the game up on Saturday, and Sacramento State sent 6 pitchers out. 6 pitchers. And LSU managed 3 hits. Against 6 Sacramento State pitchers, they managed 3 hits. And Sacramento State tried to help them. They walked 7 guys. Jay Johnson's saying some awfully alarming things if you listen real close. When he says after the game, the take is our best weapon right now, that we're far better when we don't swing the bat than when we do. against Sacramento State, that's alarming. I mean, that's fire engine sirens, bells, whistles, red lights, whatever you want to call it, when your head coach, who I think is telling the truth, says we're better off when we don't swing the bat than we do against 6 pitchers from Sacramento State. Coach, you got a problem. They end up losing that game 5-4, and as bad as that was, yesterday was worse. This is a game they had to move back because of the bad weather, so they didn't play until last night. So
Rare Sunday.
A very rare
Sacramento
Sunday
State
night.
had a charter flight?
I think they're on a road trip, actually.
Okay.
Because they were down here for more than one game. But you can check that. I'm not sure where they're going next. But, yeah, it was a rare Sunday night game. So the stadium is, not empty, but it's a pretty sparse crowd. But everybody's got to get up, go to work and school the next day. So you didn't have much of a crowd. But what happened on the field, my goodness, Carson Timothy, who is a 5'11", 190-pound right-handed pitcher who throws about 88 to 90 miles an hour, went in there and just shoved it right down LSU's throat. In 6 2/3 innings, he didn't give up an earned run. He didn't walk anybody. He struck out 4. There was one point, Ronnie Rance was on the call with Lynn Rollins last night, and he was almost incredulous. He's like, Coach, that's an 88-mile-an-hour fastball right down Broad Street. You got to do something with that. I don't mean to disparage Carson Timothy, but Carson Timothy is every man. There's literally 500 Carson Timothys in college baseball, probably more than that. I'm probably understating it. There's probably 1,000 Carson Timothys. Carson Timothy spent his first 2 years at UC Santa Barbara. In 2 years, he threw an inning and 2/3, okay, at UC Santa Barbara. And he came in so far this year in 11 innings. He struck out 8. We're not talking about a power pitcher, and walked 4. And Carson Timothy just shoved it right down LSU's throat. Coach, you got to hit the Carson Timothys of the world. Trust me, this guy. This is, like I said, this is every man, okay? Nichols has got 5 Carson Timothys, okay? Utah State's got 5 Carson. He is Joe average pitcher. We're not talking about David Price here, okay? And they couldn't hit him. So they finally get him out after 106 pitches, and they bring in Trevor Wilson, who is also nothing special. There's an ERA of 6 in the game so far. And he shoves it down their throat for 3 innings. And they don't score against him either. Right now, you can come up with any reason that you want, but the numbers are startling. First of all, this is the most losses that LSU has had pre-conference since Paul Maneri's first year, when he was basically trying to flip over the roster pre-transfer portal. That was a bad LSU team, and they've matched that number of losses from 2007. I don't like to do just raw numbers on the non-conference, because so often I don't want to say they're meaningless, but they're going to change once you get into conference play. LSU's hitting 291 at a team. For reference, last year at this time, going into the last non-conference game, they were hitting 327. Those numbers are going to come down. Now, the team didn't hit 300 in conference play last year. The league is pretty tough. You got an ERA over 4 in what has been, I'm sorry, a weak non-conference schedule. I'm a little bit concerned with some of the things I'm hearing Jay Johnson say right now, because it seems like he's searching a little bit. And the guy's as good a coach as there is, but all you can do is all you can do. When he says the take is our best weapon offensively, and when he says last week, well, I put the schedule together wrong, he's standing in front of his team. But, Coach, they played the same amount of games as this last year, and pretty much every team in the Southeastern Conference is playing this number of games. It's early March. If your team's tired in early March, God bless, this is going to get a lot worse. It's not any one pitcher. Every year you run into a pitcher that has the night of his life, or maybe you're just a little bit off. That's baseball. It don't happen 5 times in 2 weeks. So is it championship hangover? I'm sure that there's a little bit of that. Are your transfers underperforming at this point? Without question. Some of the guys that are going into starting roles for the first time, full-time starting roles, are they struggling? There's some of that. Are you over-swinging? I went back and charted fly balls. You had 20 fly ball outs on Saturday and Sunday and 16 strikeouts. 20 fly ball outs and 16 strikeouts. We're talking about weak pop-ups for the most part, weak fly balls, and a lot of uncompetitive strikeouts. Yeah, I sat there and watched, basically charting pitches last night, and I'm sorry. This is a awful offensive approach right now that they've got. When Rand says, yeah, hey, that's an 88-mile-an-hour fastball that's in the heart of the plate, that thing ought to be knocking the fence down, okay? You ought to have dents all over the fence with pitching like that. So right now, is it a slump or is it something else? I can't answer that. Johnson's got to give them the day off by NCAA rules, and then they're going to practice before they play Creighton tomorrow. He's already pushed a lot of buttons. He's already had the marathon cage sessions. They've been in there at night. He's already, I would tell you with a great deal of confidence, got after them a little bit about focus level. Okay, the cell phones have been put away and all that stuff. He's done all that. And the results haven't been great. They haven't even played a conference game. There's plenty of time to get straight. But we're way past the point of they had a bad game or two. This is 17 games worth of, and it hadn't all been bad. Look, they went to Jacksonville, knocked the cover off the ball. They just crushed it. But for the last 2 weeks, something ain't been right, and it's been a pretty ugly trudge. Creighton is 3-6. They are not off to a great start. They get them at the box tomorrow, and they go to Vanderbilt, who's got their own problems. They're not the only team in the league that struggled this weekend. Tennessee, who lost a series to Kent State, lost to Wright State. Vandy lost to North Dakota State. Arkansas lost a game to Stetson. I mean, there's other things going on in the league. But right now, LSU's offensive woes are really, really glaring at this point. Defensively, they have really struggled. Kate Arambidi is struggling behind the plate. Last year, Luis Hernandez came in with a reputation as a big offensive but not really a great defensive catcher, and I thought he did a terrific job, got better as the season went along. Aaron Beatty sort of looks the part. I mean, the guy looks like a hockey goalie back there, the way he's able to move, but he's not. And, you know, you throw a ball like he did last night right into the doggone base runner's head, well, that ain't good. Out in left field, Mason Braun is really an infielder. Has the ball hit over his head, and I could go on, but there just ain't a whole lot. I can't tell you it's any one thing, but right now they're scuffling. They're in a bad way. They gotta figure some things out. So rough weekend, been a rough 2.5 week period for LSU baseball.
All right, so when we get into conference play, where's this team going to finish?
Well, they play the way they played the last 2 weeks.
Okay, I get that because normally, it's fine, the roster. It's great rosters, talented rosters don't always equate into great teams.
They do not.
But in baseball, it usually does because so much of it is sort of individualized. There's no team chemistry needed when you go to the plate. You hit the ball hard or you don't. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, when a ball is hit to the shortstop, he doesn't need the right fielder to be in a certain position for him to field his position. So there's a lot of it's individual play. Your chemistry is so much more in dead time in the locker room and travel over a long baseball season than it is so much on the field. I mean, if you're a middle infielder and the ball's hit to the opposite side, get to second base. I mean, you just that's uniform in pretty much every team. You try and look for reasons, Charlie, but this is my and Johnson is trying to figure it out. I mean, because these are poor teams coming in. When ULL beats you, damn it, that's their Super Bowl, okay? And they're not bad. They have like a 10-3 record. But these teams,
they beat Dallas Baptist twice on the road this weekend.
Yeah, so they're a little bit better than maybe they've been as of late, and you know how much that game means to them. You know, like when Mississippi State went to Pete Taylor and played Southern Miss. I mean, that was like a regional atmosphere.
Sure.
You know, so and wasn't it in Lafayette as well when you go to their place? That's one thing, but not on your weekend series with your weekend rotations and in your lineup. Is there enough competition within the roster where, okay, then we're gonna, guys that maybe, were projected to be, no, this is our 3-hitter, this our 4, whatever. Is there not enough competition? Within the roster.
If anything, he's played more guys than I thought.
There you go. Okay, he tried that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had, like, he put Pearson in at first base the other night. Okay, Pearson who can hit. Okay, he's actually hitting a little bit. He makes 2 bad defensive plays that put you in a hole early. You're without Stanfield. Stanfield had a terrific year last year, but I can't put it all on that. The fear is that we have overestimated this roster, okay? I know Jake Brown can hit. I've seen him do it, okay? He's leading the team in hitting. I know Curiel can hit. He's going to be a first-round pick this summer. He's hitting, okay? But I don't know if Mason Braun can hit. He's a freshman. It may take him a little while. Zach York hit at Grand Canyon last year. I don't know if that may – when they got Daniel Dickinson last year from Utah Valley, it's like, well, can he go from Utah Valley to LSU? Well, he did. It doesn't necessarily mean that York is going to go from Grand Canyon. Trent Caraway hit at Oregon State last year.
But guess what?
Oregon State wasn't in had to play an independent schedule
Charlie,
last year.
If they can hit a Grand Canyon, Oregon State, these are the guys they hit against.
Yes, these are the guys you should
no,
hit.
I mean, if they can't hit against the SEC pitching, okay.
Right.
All right.
No,
but this makes no sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't because these numbers are going to go down.
So,
they do.
okay.
Great team, middle team, bad team. The numbers go down when you start going to the Southeastern
I'll
Conference.
go through another one that used to play when guys just didn't pan out, came in. Well, these guys, when they just put on the LSU uniform, they expect they're that good.
Yeah.
When they don't understand, they've got to grind and they've got to do the things that they're still in the middle of their development as a player, and I mean, some of that was because that is something that is part of that championship hangover, where it's such a tough thing to figure out, but it happens. And a lot of it is your drive, your hunger, your off-season work has not been put. So what did they do? I mean, damn, they cover the damn fall scrimmages more than anybody around here. There was no signs of this.
No, there really wasn't. And
they're seeing tougher pitching in those scrimmages than they're seeing at Sacramento State.
And then, the defense has been poor. Last year the defense was great. It's the best ever. Well, Milam hadn't made an error yet. College shortstop, 17 games, 0 errors. That's fantastic. But the rest of the defense has been a problem. And they don't have as many pitchers as they thought they did to count on. I'll give you a couple of examples. Zach Cowan, through the first half of last season, maybe the first 2/3 of last season, was as important a player as they had on that pitching staff. Every weekend it seemed like he was pitching crucial innings. They can't put him in a game right now in a close game. He's got an ERA of 13. Cooper Williams, who had a terrific freshman season a year ago, goes in last night, a crucial spot where they need him to stop the bleeding, and he goes in and he hits a guy. Well, that opens the door for Sacramento State to expand the lead. He was fantastic for LSU last year. He's got an ERA of 7. It's 2 more guys that you thought you could count on that you really can't. Now, a couple of guys have stepped up, like Ethan Plog has pitched really well for him. Devin Sheeran has pitched really well, save for this weekend. But there's a lot of holes right now, man. There's a lot of holes. Schmidt pitched well. If you're looking for bright spots, Schmidt pitched really well yesterday. The line score is going to look a lot worse because he left with some runners on base, but it's the 3rd straight outing, and they let him score. But it's the 3rd straight game where he hadn't walked anybody. He looked fine. Evans looked fine the other night. But there's a lot wrong right now with LSU baseball.
Well, your tone has changed a lot.
Yeah. The last 2 days, that was ugly, man. That was really ugly against I want to give Sacramento State credit. Okay, good for them. They came in, they won the series. That's great. But I I couldn't have told you on Friday who Carson Timothy was. I got no idea who he is. But I've seen Carson Timothy pitch 1,000 times. He's every man. He's a 5'10" right-handed pitcher who throws 89 miles an hour. There's 1,000 of those guys. If you can't hit that guy, I'm concerned because this isn't a crafty left-hander. This isn't a grizzled veteran. This isn't somebody who knows your this is every man. Went in and shoved it down your throat. Yes, I'm concerned a little bit. Everything may be fine in a month, okay? They're certainly capable of all that, but right now they are playing like crap.
How much is these guys know that there's the atmospheres, the stakes in the caliber of competition isn't enough to get excited and motivated to be focused and sharp.
I'm not ruling anything out at this point.
Yeah, I know.
It's all plays a little role. It all plays a little role. Because like you say, they went to Jacksonville. It wasn't the Yankees, Dodgers, and Astros, but it was teams you'd heard.
That's the toughest stretch of their non-conference competition.
Yes.
Not close. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's Indiana. It's Notre Dame. It's Central Florida. Well, those are teams that you know. Blew them right out of the stadium. So.
What's the name came in? They must have had a flight on Monday morning already because they came in from Fresno and they went right back to Sacramento. They got a home game tomorrow.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
It was
kudos, young men. You came in and took a series at the box.
They were excited.
They were. They really were.
They were. Don't forget our friends at Total Maintenance, one of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC heating companies since 1980. AC heating, generator installations, maintenance, service today, every day. It's the same day service. You will never sleep hot. You call today, you get service today. We're factory authorized dealers for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem Products. Generators, authorized dealer for Generac and Cummings as well. Covering both the Baton Rouge and metro areas, but not compromising either. We have completely different staffs and offices in different areas. So membership programs cover all services with discounts and extended warranties. And we'll let you know at Total Maintenance when it's time for your unit to be serviced. So that way we can make sure that it's cleaned, it's running its optimum, and you lower monthly bills, and also doesn't lead to, when you don't service it regularly, it doesn't lead to a more costly repair. Total Maintenance, 480-1000, 480-1000.
Live at Chris's Specialty Foods, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
The Pierre Part Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at thibodeaustore.com.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Tex Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Get Moss Max and less tax during happy hour at Modesto. Join us Tuesday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. for $10 20-ounce margaritas and dip trio with $5 drink specials and $6 seasonal cocktails. Eat Modesto, 3930 Burbank Drive.
Pizza that's true to its hand-tossed wood-fried tradition. Roca Pizzeria is heating up its new half-off happy hour, Monday through Fridays, 3 to 6 p.m. Come enjoy 50% off margarita, pepperoni, more cheese, craft cocktails, wine by the glass, and draft beer. Roca Pizzeria, 3897 Government.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low-glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
The Grand Bayou Casino, conveniently located off I-10 at exit 139 in Gross Ted, offers the latest video poker machines 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Got a great staff at the Grand Bayou Casino. Our inviting staff will greet you with complimentary coffee and sodas as you enjoy listening to the curated tunes in our comfortable seating. Make the trip to the Grand Bayou Casino, where players are welcome. The Grand Bayou Casino, I-10 at the Gross Ted exit. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-877-770-STOP. The Grand Bayou Casino.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana, Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit als.org to learn more. That's als.org.
104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
NFL free agency again. The tampering period starts today. So the big news out of New Orleans in the last 30 minutes is that Demario Davis is leaving to go back to the Jets for a 2-year deal, $22 million, $15 million guarantee. We talked about this last week. Demario Davis has been one of the best free agent signings that the Saints have had since free agency started. Okay. He was great on the field. He was great off the field. Earned every nickel that he made for New Orleans, and I, wish he could have stayed. But I understand just about all of this. The Saints probably didn't want to do a 2-year deal with somebody who just turned 37 years old, and I can understand that. And they're also at the part where, listen, I think they'll be better next year. I think in a wide-open NFC South it'll be entertaining. But the Saints are not ready to, make a deep run or anything like that. They may make the playoffs next year because of the division, but are they ready to make a real run? No, so you don't want to invest in a 37-year-old. The part I don't understand is him going to sign with the Jets.
There you go. Because he's expected to pursue, a championship contending team.
Yeah, if he had signed with the Patriots or the Bears, a playoff team from a year ago, I would have gotten that. Denver. He knew Sean Payton. He obviously Dennis Allen in Chicago. I would have understood that.
Probably knows Aaron Glenn a little bit.
Well, and he was with the Jets before, so he's familiar with the franchise. But the Jets ain't going. The Jets will be worse than the Saints next year. I feel very confident in saying that. So this has got to be about the second year. Is all I can figure.
That's right.
That nobody else was going to give him the second year at this price. So, listen, guy's earned his money, deserves his money, would have liked to see him stay. But when they started putting Danny Stutzman in at, the back, I would say 5 or 6 games of last year, his playing time really started to increase. He's shown some signs. He was a terrific player at Oklahoma. You could see the vision that the team had is like, this is a guy we got coming up that we're going to count on. And as good as Davis has been, we're just not going to make a long-term commitment to him. And when you're 37, 2 years is long-term. So,
Saints, that's probably what Chicago didn't offer him it too.
Must not have.
Yeah.
Must not have. The Saints also signed a punter today. Vikings punter Ryan Wright. This is a bunch of money. 4 years, $14 million, $8 million guaranteed with the Saints. Last year, Kai Kroger was awful. He was the 28th rated net punter in the league, and the number of kicks that went inside the 20 was also near the bottom of the league. Wright was very good for Minnesota last year. He was the 7th best average punter in the league, and as a net punter, he was, let me refresh my stat here, he was the 3rd best net punter in the league. And the number of balls he put down inside the 20-yard line, 25, puts you in the top 10 in the league. So he had a very good year for them. He's 25 years old. He punted at Tulane. I don't know if you probably don't remember that. It's not exactly. I'm studying Tulane punters, but he punted at Tulane, and he's been a good punter. So
here's what you need to know about punting. I mean, they're punting less and less in the NFL.
They are punting less and less.
I mean, 2.5 punts a game per team.
He punted 65 times in 17 games last year. So what is that?
Ooh, that's a lot.
3.5.
Yeah. That's on the high end.
And the Saints punted 56 times in 17 games. So remember, he was punting for a team that was struggling with quarterback most of the year.
Yeah.
So he had a good year. The Saints greatly needed an upgrade. I'll give them that.
I know, but
it's not exactly where I want to put a bunch of money. I'd have rather go and find one of those guys from where let me pick a school. Colorado because the air's thin up there. Georgia State, some punter out of Georgia State that can go out there and average 45.
It shouldn't be as mental as a place kicking.
It shouldn't be.
No, I mean, as a punter, you can't. But I don't know, man. That seems a little high, but that seems like a little Sean Payton move. I was really pissed at my punter last year. He did a poor job. I'm going to overpay for a one this year.
That would be, yes. Peyton did that at more positions than just punter. I'm going to fix this, and it's really been 2 years that they've tried to. They had the Australian guy, they had Kroger. None of it has been very good. Honestly, the Saints punting since Thomas Morstead left hasn't set the world on fire. Morstead punted here for a long time and did it really well. Maybe this will.
He's still punting for the Jets, huh?
No, he punted last year for San Francisco. I don't know if he's going to go, but he just turned 40. I saw he had an Instagram post this week.
But he went to the Jets for a little bit.
He was with the Jets. He spent half a year with the Dolphins.
Oh, really?
Or maybe a year with the Dolphins, and he punted last year for San Francisco. So, good for him.
So the Jets probably only one offered him a 2-year deal. I mean, Allen would have scooped him up. I mean, he would have definitely gone because I mean, you can't blame a guy that's been really good, a veteran that hadn't really been on a team that's in position to play for something. No, I mean he wants that, and so if he got a similar deal from Chicago, there's no doubt, because Dennis Allen's a defensive coordinator there. But here we go now, Charlie. So you two locker room leaders, you veteran guys, are going.
They could still sign Cam Jordan, I guess, but it certainly looks like it's trending towards him going somewhere else. I mean, if they were going to sign him, they probably would have signed him. He wants to stay in New Orleans. I mean, he's been in New Orleans since 2011. He's a New Orleans guy. And you're at this point. We made the Ricky Jackson comparison last week. If Cam Jordan, both of these guys are at the point in their career they got, give me one more contract. I'm not going to make $11 million a year once I hang up my cleats. So this is my last chance to make a big hit. I'm going to, and I don't blame them at all. We're brought to you by the Thibodeau Store. The Pierre Part Store open in La Rose and La Place. Right now, the spring projects, you got some great deals on the website. Big deals on Milwaukee tools and on Channel Lock tools, up to 40% off on the website. If you're doing spring cleaning, spring gardening, save big on your spring projects from DeWalt, from Greenworks, from Roundup. If you're doing planting, lots of potting soils and fertilizers are available for you. Seeders and spreaders, grass and weed control, outdoor power equipment, patio furniture once you get everything cleaned up so you can enjoy your outdoor range at your home. best rewards, instant rebates, exclusive offers for rewards members. Again, it's thethibodeaustore.com, and you can get to all 4 of the locations from that one website. 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodaux and Highway 70 in Pierre Park, open every morning at 7:30 a.m. Online, again, it's thethibodeaustore.com. We'll take a break live at Chris's Specialty Foods, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111, and ocbrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance. And Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt. The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
Have you been arrested or even issued a traffic ticket? Everyone makes mistakes. Hi, I'm Dana Brown from the law offices of O.C. Brown. If you find yourself in an unfortunate situation with the law, call us today and we can help you resolve your problem, whether it's just a traffic matter or something more serious. No criminal matter is too big or too small for us to aggressively and effectively represent you. Before making any decisions, call us at 225-343-1111 for your free consultation. You can also visit us at ocbrown.com. The law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime.
Now, everybody's been to Louis Cafe by campus. Heck, it's been around since over 80 years now. We're still doing delicious omelets like the Mitchell, cheesy grits, big cheesy Lou, and those Louis Original Cajun hash browns. We now offer a pickup window. Just call in your order at 346-8221. Give us 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll have it ready for you. Our hours are now 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., 7 days a week. So next time you visit campus, make it a point to stop by and visit an old friend. Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors, your full-service financial planners. When it comes to retirement, there are no two situations alike. So Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you, your business partners, your legal team, and tax professionals to make sure those goals are achieved. Coastal Capital Advisors will work for you. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his great staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Edge Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net.
There's more than one way to listen to ESPN Baton Rouge on the radio at 104.5 and 104.9 and 98.1 HD2. Online at 1045ESPN.com and with the free ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford.
The Hunt Palmer Show, weekday afternoons at 1 on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
And return here at Chris's Specialty Foods. Saints also make an offer and sign John Ridgway, who's been with them the last couple of years, a reserve defensive tackle, just to kind of round out the rest of the Saints transactions here in the last 45 minutes or so. Noted Titans fan Jimmy Ott will be interested in this deal. The Titans have agreed to a 2-year deal with, you're going to love this one, Jimmy, one of your all-time favorites, Mitchell Trubisky.
It's a valuable backup, man.
Yeah, he actually
Yeah, I think he's
way worse.
Valuable backup. And boy, wasn't it crazy that one year he was kind of on a little roll with the he was the double doink quarterback with the Bears.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, they were good. They had the Eagles beat, and he actually made some throws on that to kind of set them up for the the winning field goal. But it's how many career starts does he have? He's got a lot, man. Got about 50 or so, maybe. Is it that much?
Might be.
Those guys are valuable, man, because chances are your quarterback's going to miss some time due to injury. The majority of the quarterbacks will miss some time at some point due to injury. So
57 starts.
Not bad, Charlie.
Nice.
That range.
Nice
that's
job.
a hit. That's a win, Charlie.
That is. Tampa in the division has signed Kenneth Gainwell, who had a terrific year, really, for Pittsburgh last year. He caught 73 balls.
Yes, I was about to
year.
say, catching a ball.
8 touchdowns for them last year. They also signed former Saints and most recently the Lions linebacker Alex Anzalone.
Well, think about it. Who's your quarterback for Pittsburgh last year?
Aaron Rodgers.
Would he throw the ball downfield or kind of underneath?
A little bit underneath.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Gainwell, a perfect fit for him. I mean, 73. What was his career best with the Eagles?
Wow, I can't imagine
Probably
he ever
45.
I can't imagine he ever caught more balls than that.
No, that's got to be the highest. But I mean, just
he had 1,000 yards from scrimmage, rushing and receiving combined last year. The most he had ever caught before that was 33.
33, and he caught 57. No, 67.
73.
73. No, 57 is the starts for Trubisky. My bad. 73 from what to what his highest ever was.
And he's only 26 years old. I feel like he's been in the league longer than that, but he's still only.
Well, he's been that secondary back, so I mean, he's got a little tread left on the tire.
And when they really got the hiccup last year when Bucky Irving went out, because he had gotten off to such a good start, and then when he went out,
Tampa Bay, huh?
Yeah. Gainwell's going to Tampa.
Oh, Gainwell's going to
Tampa.
Okay, that's. I mean, I'm still at Pittsburgh, Charlie.
Okay.
So
no,
Irvin's a nice. But, well, what was the Mayfield thing too? Was he hurt? Was that part of his decline?
Maybe.
I mean, he was.
Evans was out for 8 weeks. That didn't help.
No, but he had some games where without all of them that was still pretty good. I don't know, man. He was in all of these last second game-winning drives. Like in the last like 5 of the first 6 games. I mean, every one of them was Seattle, was the Jets, was this. I mean, he was pulling games out the hat. Left Atlanta, he had one. So
Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker has a new home.
Yeah.
He is headed to Kansas City. 3-year deal, $43 million, 27 of it guaranteed. They have for the mock drafts that don't have Jeremiah Love going to New Orleans, a lot of them had him going to Kansas City. Then he went to Indianapolis and boosted his stock even more. Now I don't know if he's going to get out of the top 5 or 6 picks, but Kansas City obviously looking at that going, and that dude ain't getting us, and we're not making a trade, so we'll go get our running back somewhere else.
We've seen Super Bowl MVPs an overreaction to their next deal. I think Larry Brown. Yeah, Larry Brown has to be the poster child of that. But Walker did improve his stock, but it's Seattle. That would have been an emotional. Loyalty will put you behind the 8 ball on some of these things, and you're seeing a lot of it. So decline. He's not a declining player, though. I mean, he's still. I think he's right in his prime. But for a running back to get that much, that would.
It's a reasonable amount of money. He's 25 years old, which you're reaching you're starting to go towards the end of your prime. I agree. He's still in his prime right now. Probably another year. 27 and back, I start to get a little bit nervous. But they didn't. I don't think they overpaid for him too badly. 3 years.
That's what I'm saying. This was within reason.
12,
a jump within reason.
Yeah, 12.
Some people thought that Seattle might be a little bit more pressed because Charbonnet was coming off that injury. And they were a nice 1-2 punch. And that was, he had to be that much better when, Charbonnet had gone down with the injury.
Yeah. The Falcons are taking a look at Tua Tagovailoa after the Dolphins cut him today. We had that at the end of the first hour. But does this not feel like when John Elway took over the Broncos, when he was a team president, and Tim Tebow had been drafted by whoever was running the show before him, and we saw Elway basically cringe whenever Tebow played well because it wasn't his guy. He didn't feel like he could be a starting quarterback at a high level in the NFL. So even in a playoff game, he was like, man, look. And after it was done, he's like, no,
Charlie, because he watched him play. These guys they don't even want to watch him play 1 year and go through it. I mean, you're seeing more of, okay, these guys were drafted higher than they should have been. They have more of a commitment to them, and they have more of an allegiance to them. New guys come in, no, y'all missed on him. Y'all should have cut bait before. And is Minnesota doing it the right way now? Where they're looking, they got a lot invested in McCarthy. I mean, they let Darnold walk. I mean, where do you have Darnold? Kind of middle of the road at least, huh?
At least, yeah.
I mean, so
you can win a Super Bowl with him.
Well,
put enough pieces around him.
Well, 2 of those 3 games he played poorly in the playoffs. The biggest one, the only one that was competitive, he played his best game. So he picked a good time against the Rams. But he didn't play well against San Francisco or in the Super Bowl. But he played well in the game that decided the seeding on a Thursday night.
And I brought up Elway because this is kind of what it looks like Matt Ryan, who's taking
This is
over.
what Elway wish he would have done.
Yeah.
I don't care about winning one playoff game against the Steelers.
And Matt Ryan, his opening president of the Falcons now, came in. They said, "What about Michael Penix?" And he was like, it was kind of like a trip to the dentist. Like, I'll go. Yeah, I guess. Not exactly a ringing endorsement of his quarterback. Only thing with this is, Jimmy,
if they're bringing in Tua,
well,
that's an insult, man. If they got, I'll take Penix over Tua.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tua is Penix, except he's 4 years older, and
I think Penix is overvalued
a lot more
by
expensive.
some, but Tua's just done to me. I mean, he's just done. He's just damaged goods, and he's never, his injuries.
A left-handed injury-prone quarterback
with below average arm strength, and he makes it worse because he doesn't step into any throws because he's worried. He's been hit so much. He is.
The trepidation with Penix I get. The infatuation with Tua I don't.
No.
If you want to say, hey, look, we don't think Penix is the guy, okay, I get it. This is not how I would go solve it.
But also, we were talking about Malik Willis recently too, and I'm
signed
like,
a 3-year deal with the Dolphins.
Yeah, but not nearly what my buddy was trying to say he was going to go for, and I think that's more reasonable for a guy like that. Now, have there been quarterbacks been overpaid before? In this situation, sure. Yeah. I mean, you start back with Scott Mitchell at Detroit. I don't know. He started a handful of games.
You know what this deal looks like?
And he went to Miami. You had
Geno Smith to Seattle.
This is the quarterback, Johnson. The quarterback for Buffalo, got the deal with Jacksonville. Some of those type of deals.
This deal looks like the deal that Geno Smith signed when he went from the Jets
That's what
to
I was
Seattle.
saying.
Yeah. That type of 3 years,
short term,
$22 million and change.
Reasonable, but he. So he has improved though. There is no doubt. His yards per pass, his numbers when he first started with the Titans, and now he's hung around enough to where but he kind of in that same breath is Brissett to me.
Money aside, if they were the same money, I'd still want Willis over Tua.
Don't forget our friends at Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime, 343-1111, and ocbrown.com. Dana's specialized teams of attorneys, use them all for different reasons at different stages of our lives. He's my law firm for a lifetime. Let him be yours as well. You're not sure if you need legal representation? Take advantage of their free initial consultation. It's 343-1111. Or you can go to their website at ocbrown.com and big block that you schedule a free consultation. You could do it online as well. Downtown Dana Brown, 343-1111 and ocbrown.com, your law firm for a lifetime.
Live at Chris's Specialty Foods, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
1950 Phil's Oyster Bar started on Government Street. Then Gus Piazza took over in the 70s, and now his son Anthony has taken it to.
Give me the boudin cakes, the small plate. Yeah.
On me?
Hold, please.
Okay.
Oh. God bless. All right, I'll see you later.
Jimmy, I'll see you later.
All right, whenever you're ready.
It's rolling.
Join us for the Tuesday edition of Live at Lunch from Mike Anderson Seafood, Wesley at Nicholson. Andy Esco joins us from Las Vegas. We're in the middle of tournament week. We do first class, second class, no class, and LSU baseball takes on Creighton. Live at Lunch from Mike Anderson's 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
From scratch, our kids' menu and popular appetizers are sure to please the pickiest of eaters. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road, near Starring since 1988.
Do you know what you would do if you were in a car wreck? It's easy to panic when you or someone you care about is hurt in an accident. Who will pay the medical bills? Who will pay the car repair? Who will deal with the insurance companies for you? Protect your rights. You need someone you can trust. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 343-1111. The law offices of O.C. Brown will handle everything for you. 343-1111 or online at ocbrown.com. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Attention vehicle owners. Before you trade your transportation, let K&M Automotive give your vehicle a new lease on life with a remanufactured product from Jasper Engines and Transmissions. A Jasper remanufactured engine, transmission, or differential will extend your vehicle's life, giving you the extra cash to do the things you really enjoy. And Jasper offers a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide parts and labor warranty. K&M Automotive, 636-2875. That's K&M Automotive, Siegen, near Perkins.
When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Ruffino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Ruffino's is a steak, seafood, and Italian-inspired restaurant that focuses on the celebration of life, regardless of the occasion. Whether it's the food they serve or the service they provide, their goal is to ensure a remarkable experience for their guests that is always remembered. To view our menu, visit ruffinosrestaurant.com. Ruffino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Tex Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana, Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit als.org to learn more. That's als.org.
Live at lunch with Out and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
May not be the biggest name out there, but one of the biggest deals that you'll see in free agency this year. The Ravens free agent center Tyler Linderbaum headed to the Raiders. 3 years, $81 million, makes him the highest paid interior offensive lineman in the NFL. Now, he's a center. The Saints are in the guard market, but interior linemen are not going to come cheap. And we see Linderbaum. He had a lot of suitors in addition to Baltimore wanting him back. So $27 million a year for a lot of people think the best center in football, him or Creed Humphrey, the guy in Kansas City.
NFC South news, too. Atlanta's running back Tyler Algier is going to Arizona. So
2-year deal, $12.25 million for Algier. And, well, this news is going to come all afternoon long. With the tampering period now started, and you can sign people starting on Wednesday. You'll see a lot of news.
Hell of a secondary back, though.
Yeah, no, he's a good player. Really, really good player. You're going to have a lot of news from the NFL come the rest of the afternoon. Thanks to our friends here at Chris's Specialty Foods, man. Big stuff coming up. St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day, with the big part of I think the Boosie concert. Uncle Earl's will have the food truck out there, ribeye sliders, wings, cracklings. We do lunch over here at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, but it's crawfish season again, so this Friday, starting at 6 p.m., we will take our first boil out. So they start pulling them out Friday, 6 p.m., if you want to stop on by. And then St. Patrick's Day this week with the food truck, and then the following week down at the fairgrounds in New Orleans for Louisiana Derby, we'll have the food truck serving the ribeye sliders, wings, and cracklings as well.
And they're moving around, huh?
Moving around, yeah. No, it's been very popular. Do Gretna Fest, do Jazz Fest years and years, and occasionally at the fairgrounds as well.
All right, later today we'll have our latest podcast, a Handicast Drop. Dan Canaveri and I are trying to sort out what happened with LSU baseball in the past week. That'll be up on YouTube later this afternoon. Tomorrow we'll be at Mike Anderson Seafood, Wesley at Nicholson. We'll be into, obviously, tournament week. Andy Isco's with us tomorrow. Ace Seminara with us tomorrow, and we do first class, second class, no class. Thanks to Chris's Specialty Foods for being our host today. Everybody have a great afternoon, and stay tuned for Hunt Palmer on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Congratulations are in order for